Good afternoon, everybody. Hope y'all are doing well. I got my decaf for my second cup this afternoon. I didn't get to have anything at all morning, and I just got home from my little test. Let's see, about an hour and a half ago, or hour or so ago, and was pretty much starving. They give you a break. Like I said, I didn't fully understand how all this test worked, but they put what they called a tracer. I don't know whether it's some kind of dye or something, and then they need to give it about 40 minutes to pump its way through your bloodstream, and then they take pictures, as they call it. But they lay you on this table and got this machine that comes right over here and takes pictures of all different angles of your heart, stuff like that. And then when that got done, then I went into the room where they shoot the radioactive isotope in there, and that's the part I was really dreading, because I thought, man, it's gonna make my heart jump out of my chest, and all that stuff. But it really wasn't that bad. Uh, at least for me. I guess other people take it different ways, but it did make you feel kind of funny, and all of a sudden your heart just goes from beating like this to boom, 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 boom. It just starts going crazy. And then after a couple of minutes, they go, okay, stand up. And, as long as you're not so dizzy you fall down, you know, go get some lunch somewhere, whatever. Well, I said, well, what is close? And they said, well, they got good stuff down there at the racetrack. And I'm thinking, a gas station? I'm not feeling that. So I took off and went down that direction. Didn't see anything that appealed to me. So I just said, heck with it. And came back, sat in the parking lot for a little while, which by that time it's hard to get a parking place in there. So you got to drive around and find one. So I found a parking place and just sat out in the truck for a little while, and then went back in the main waiting room. They told me, I said, now when you come back, you don't have to sign in. She goes, we'll come hunt you. So we know you're coming back. I'm like, okay. So then they call me back, and then I guess they do a second set of pictures with that same machine. And man, that thing is quite a machine. As a guy who likes to design stuff, I'm sitting there. You're laying there. You got your feet. They stick like a pillow up under your knees, and then you're supposed to lay like this with your hands while that thing goes all across right here on your chest. And I'm sitting there looking at it, going, okay, looks like that's 11 gauge steel, and that's just the way I am. I'm always looking to see how stuff is made. But anyway, they took the second set of pictures, which I guess is after the dye and after the super juice or whatever that stuff is they put in to get your heart really pumping. And then I had my consultation with the cardiologist, and he said it all looked good. And I said, well, he said, how have you been feeling? I said, well, other than that one day when I had that little episode, and I said, I thought I was in trouble. And I said, the bad thing is, at that time, when that started happening, I'm like, oh crap, I don't have anything. They never did give me any nitroglycerin. So I went in and got a couple of baby aspirin and stuff like that, tried to calm it down, but just felt like crap that whole day. And I was out here trying to shoot a video. I don't think you can tell in the video that I was having chest pains, but I was. But anyway, then that next day when I made an appointment, they squeezed me in. They gave me some nitroglycerin. So I feel a whole lot better now, just knowing that if something happens, which I don't really anticipate anything to happen, but if something happens, that I can you know, pop some of those and get through the stuff. So of course, knowing me, I won't have them with me. They're not on me now. I set them in there in the bathroom counter, and I'll probably, if I ever need them, I probably won't have them with me. But anyhow, feels better to know that I got them. So I guess all is good. Let's see who we got hanging out with us. Troy's in the house. How you doing, Troy? Rob Schuster. I guess it's still morning for some folks. It's well in the afternoon here. Kevin Ailes, how you doing, Kevin? It says, looks like Dave and Jack are not expecting 6 to 12 tomorrow night. 6 to 12 what? Inches of snow? Might get that much of pollen. I guess you can tell it's such a beautiful day out. And you're probably hearing noise out there. It never fails. Whenever I go to do a stream out here, you know, in the daytime, even when it's a beautiful day and I want to have the door open, wouldn't you know it, I saw a septic tank truck, you know, the guys that, you know, come pump your septic tank. So I'm like, oh, great. We're going to be able to listen to them pump poop just down the street here. So, but yeah, they're like 2 houses down. And that house has been on the market probably a couple of months now. And I don't know what the deal is, but I think that's the second or maybe third time I've seen that septic tank pumper there. So they got some problems there at that place, I guess. Clyde's in the house. How you doing, Clyde? It says door open. Yep, it's a beautiful day out here. In fact, I took that little old crummy bird feeder and I've got it sitting right there on the back of my truck. I don't know if anything will hit it or not because, you know, they're not used to it being there, obviously. But at least, I thought, well, at least if I set it there, I can keep an eye on it and keep the squirrels out of it. But let's see, Kenneth's in the house. How you doing, Kenneth? Doc's here. Doc Whitaker, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well. Snow it is. Okay, well, we get that yellow snow around here. In fact, I've got a tonneau cover on the back of my truck, and it's kind of yellowish green right now because of the pollen. Alan Hefferman's in the house. How you doing, Alan? Hope you're doing well. I didn't have any little projects lined up or anything, but what few folks are watching here, I'll ask you, and I've talked about this before on different live streams, but how many of you folks out there that have lasers of some kind, whether it be a CO2 laser, you know, like an ONTEC, or a you know, a diode laser that's, you know, these days they're making the darn thing. I think the latest one that's coming out is like 70 watts or something. They're just getting ridiculous for those things. But you know, if you've got like at least a 10 watt, you can cut some things. Well, I guess you can with a 5 watt if you want to make a bunch of passes. But anyway, how many of you folks, or have you ever got anything off of this website called, let me get it up here. Where did I put it? This website right here. I've mentioned this before, and I think some of my laser distractions live streams. I hadn't been on that website in a long time. I thought, well, they probably got a whole bunch more stuff since the last time I was on there. And I was just looking, and I already downloaded 2 or 3 things. Just about everything. I'm pretty sure everything on there is free. You know, it's just people sharing their stuff, but it's a really good place. You just have to be careful. And I will give you this little caveat here. If you go to that website and go to download something, just be careful and make sure that when you click download, that you're really clicking the download button for that item, because it's a free, website where you can get all that stuff free, they're supported by ads, and you know how it is, man. There's ads everywhere. So the very first time I went to do it, I clicked download, and it downloaded some kind of PDF thing that had popped up as I was about to click the other thing. So I'm like, no, I don't want any of this stuff. I just want to click on the thing to get the files. But when you do, it will come in a folder as a zip file. And let's see if I can get this back up here, and I'll show y'all. We'll look at this one, I guess. Let me put this up here. Okay, so this is I think the last one I got. Let me share my screen so you can see what I'm looking at. I don't know whether this will work or not, but we'll try it. Okay, this is the last one, and you get, of course, it's showing the logo for Vectric, but that's because I have mine. That's what it would open with if I click that DXF file. And they all have a PDF of what it looks like. And let me go to this other one that I had. Let's see, was it this one? No, that's not it. Was it this one? No, that's not it. Must be this one. No, that's not it. Okay. Where did I put that thing? I think I put it. Oh, yeah, here it is. Okay, so this is a desk calendar. And so you get the DXF files, a CDR file, which I think is, what is that, CorelDRAW, I think. I don't use that. And then you can get the STL files and such. But if you get something that's got a bunch of parts, it always has all the parts laid out there so you can see exactly what you're supposed to do. I don't really show you how it goes together, but I guess it's probably self-explanatory if you go to gluing it up together. So, but anyway, it's kind of a neat little website. They got, in fact, let me see if I can pull up where did I have it? Well, bear with me a second. I just clicked off of that somehow. Oh, you know what? You might be able to see that. Let me get out of there. Let's go to, I think I've quit sharing now. Let me get this up here, and then I'll share it again. Because I had closed it out. I didn't think I did. There we go. Yeah, this is it here. So this is their website, and you look right over here. It's got the pages says 1, 2, and then it says 1,234. So they have just got tons and tons of stuff. So, and see, this is what I'm talking about. You see this ad right here. It says continue to download, and it clicks open. But you got to be careful in what you're clicking on, because there's ads all over this stuff. And in fact, I'll grab something here and show you kind of what it looks like. I don't really see anything I want here, but we'll just pick something, I guess. Yeah, there's the one I got a while ago, and then there was another bird one. And you could use these files like if you had a plasma cutter or something. You could cut, because I guess that's a the end thing these days is putting steel stuff on your walls to decorate like that. All right, let's just show you what this one looks like. See, as soon as you click on it, see, then you get this ad. So you got to make sure you read, see that it's an ad, and we'll click close. Then it comes to it here. And you see all this stuff where it says download, 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 but you got to be careful what you're clicking on. So if you scroll on down here, look for this right here, because there's the file. So if you click download on that, and then it will always do this little deal here where it says preparing the download. And then you got to make sure you click on this one here, because all this other stuff, like I said, there's so many ads on this thing. So if I click this one, you see it's putting it up there in my download folder. So if I come to, let's see if I can show this. Oh yeah, you can't see this because I did window. But if I come to my downloads, let me close this and go back and do it again. We'll do the entire thing here. Okay, so here it is in my download. So then you can move it to wherever you want. Now just stick it right here. And then it'll be a compressed folder. So if you highlight it, then you have to extract it to get those files out of it. And there you go. There's what it is. Lots of stuff, just a ton of stuff on that website. Let's see. Kenna says, I have a 5.5 watt diode. Yeah, I do too. I think or it's either a 5 or a 5.5. I can't, whatever the old Ortur Laser Master Pro 2 is. It's 5 or 5.5. I can't remember. But does a great job engraving, but to try to cut, it's you better pack a lunch. And of course, when I got this Ohm Tech, I'm not going to try to laser cut anything. Larry said he's been there. Charles Steve's in the house. How you doing, Charles? And happy birthday to Clyde. Happy 78th birthday, I think he said it was. So, happy birthday to you, Clyde. And of course, the other one that is my favorite would be that good old boxes.py, boxes.py. I don't know how you say it, but it has got the coolest stuff on there. Probably not near as many items as on that website, that Amid, or however you say it. But it's nice being able to go there, because you can not only pick out the project you want, but if it's like a box or something, you put in your numbers and make it the size you want. You don't have to make it whatever little size they have. So that is pretty cool. Okay. Alan says, Dave, remind me which design software you are using for 3D printing. I am using, Alan, stuff called Design Spark Mechanical. Now, when I first found that stuff, probably a couple of years ago now, they were on version 5. And you could get it free, and version 5 was cool. In fact, I've got several videos on my YouTube channel, not this one, but the other one, of tutorials tutorials on how to do stuff with that. And of course, when they went from version 5 to version 6, they changed a bunch of stuff. So almost all the stuff that I showed is probably, you know, incorrect now, or it won't do it. Because when they went from version 5 to 6, they took away some of the free stuff. Like you used to be able to bring in a step file uh, and stuff like that. But now they've changed it where I think, in fact, I'm not even sure because I don't have the totally free version now. I bought, and I used to have different modules. If you wanted to create drawings that you could print out, you know, like blueprints, you had to buy a module, and that was about another 700. If you wanted to buy the thing where you could do PCB boards and drawings and all of that stuff, that was about another $700. But then when they went from version 5 to version 6, they did a subscription type thing. So now you can still use version 6 as the free version, but it's not as cool as it used to be when it was version 5 because they've taken away some things. But I bought or I have a subscription. Let me just, since you brought that up, let me look that up because I always get the names wrong. There it is. Okay. Oh, I just noticed when I clicked on that to go there, it was checking to see if I've got an account there or something. I just want to look, people. Anyway, let me share my screen and turn the comment off here. So let me see what. Let me go. Maybe this is where I want to go. Anyway, this is really powerful stuff. It's kind of like you know, a SolidWorks or Fusion 360. In fact, it may even be more complicated than that. But if you look at, let's see, let's go products. Not that kind of products. I want to see where they show. So you can tell I don't ever come to this website. Yeah, that's see, they have all these things that if you have the right version, you can download models of these and help you design stuff. So it's really, really powerful stuff. Get back over here. I'm wanting to find where that's not it. Holy cow, I'm not even in English there. All right, I'll find it here in just a second. You can obviously tell I do not come to, because I'm pretty sure the stuff I use by subscription is called Creator. It's $11.99 a month. And oh, this is not taking me where I want to go. I don't even think I'm in the right place here because this is, I keep seeing a lot of stuff's not even in English. So let me go back to Google. Maybe I clicked on the wrong thing to start with. Let's try this. Well, see, what the heck? This ain't even in English here. Come on, people. Must not be clicking on the right one. Yeah. Okay, here's what I was trying to find. I must have been clicking on, maybe that's somebody, some bogus website trying to get in on their action there. But anyway, here's the stuff. The Explorer is called the free, or it's always free, no hidden fees, and then you can look and see what's included. Um, and you know, they're probably not going to tell you what used to be in there, but that they took away. But they did change some stuff. I have what's called the creator. I don't have the engineer because that's the full blown stuff, and I forget how much that is. Somewhere on here it will. Okay, here we go. Compare our plans. That's what I wanted to see. Okay, so here's the Explorer free. Download 3D model schematics. Okay, here's what I have. It's $11.99 a month. You have all the features from this one, and then you have the advanced features in our 3D Design Spark mechanical software. And you'd have to dig further to find out what those are. And then it does have some printed circuit board stuff there. And then there's the engineer one, which is $17.99 a month, which still is not bad. But I didn't get this because there's a lot of stuff I would never use. You know, I'm not into electronics and all that stuff. I just want to do mechanical stuff and be able to create a drawing with different views, isometric view and stuff like that of what I'm bringing out here to the shop to make. But that was probably more than you wanted for an answer. So, but there you go. I'll put this, not that one. Let me put this link in the thing here, Alan, if you want to check it out. Okay, can you hear me now? All right. How about it now? Can you hear me now? I have two of these, and I keep one of them plugged up charging. And that one that I was using when I first came on, that was like the third or fourth stream I've done, and I just keep taking it off, setting it down. I haven't put it back on the charger. I wanted to see how many I could get out of it, but I guess I need to just quit doing that and just put a fresh one on every time. But okay, good deal, good deal. So anyway, back to I don't know how much of that you heard, Jim. Anyway, I was pleasantly surprised that it was not any worse than it was. Thanks for the insights at Makers Guild meeting tonight. We're 3D printing. Wanted to update the list. All right. I really like that stuff. It's and I've said this the other day. I don't know if you were watching the other day when I said this, but I never thought that there would be something, because I'm a long time SolidWorks user. I love SolidWorks, but I wanted to wean myself off of it because I don't really have access to it more. I got an old version that's, in fact, I think that computer crapped out, so I don't think I could even use it. And I knew that day would come that stuff would stop working where I wouldn't be able to have access to SolidWorks. So I wanted to do something else, and Design Spark Mechanical, it's different than SolidWorks, but I really like it. So anyway, Larry says, now I'm going to tell you about the test all over. Now, I've just mentioned it a couple times. I'll have to rewind if you want to hear any more about that. I'm tired of talking about that. And of course, the worst part is, well, it's not so bad that you had to get up at dark 30 to drive over there, because I had to be there at 7:30. But the bad thing is, we've recently switched to daylight savings, so getting up at 6 o'clock, is it's dark, and I don't like to drive at night. In fact, I don't drive at night unless I'm just going right up the road or something. But it it was dark all the way over there, but wasn't bad. Traffic was fairly light because I left here at just past 6:30, I guess. And Jack's going crazy. He's like, "What the heck? Dad's getting up. He's got a shower. He's dressed. He's going out the door. What's going on?" He didn't know what was going on. But yeah, I got over there. Actually, got over there before 7. I think I think I beat most of the employees to that place over there. But got a sure enough good parking place, and just sat in there for a little bit. And then I saw some other people walking in, and man, it don't take that place long to fill up. It's really, I'm the type person that when I go someplace, and you guys probably are too, but when I go someplace, I'm a people watcher. I observe a lot of things. I look at somebody and wonder what they do for a living, or wonder if they even have a job, or stuff like that. But I'm gonna tell you, we are in a sad state of health as a nation because when you go in that place, of course, it's a hot, a heart place, so there's going to be people that's probably a lot worse off than I am. But when I sit there and observe people, I'm like, man, there are so many people that, and don't get me wrong, and I hope I don't offend anybody if you got a few extra pounds on you, but I know I could, probably stand to lose 10 or 15 pounds or something like that. But holy cow, man, some of the people are big, big old people. I'm like, no wonder you got all these health problems. And then what's even worse, you start observing the people that work there. The gal that takes you back, and I'm like, man, I bet, just off the top of my head, I'll bet 90% of them could stand to lose 30 pounds. It's like I said, I hope I'm not offending anybody that's a little bit on the fat side, but I'm just calling them like I see them. But yeah, it's pitiful. It is pitiful. But anyway, enough of that. Hey, look who's in the house here. Ryan Ballard's in the house. My favorite solar man. And who's this guy over here on Facebook? Jeremiah Brown. How you doing, Jerry? Hope all is well. Hope all is well. Well, let's see. I've been on here over 30 minutes, and I've really just been yakking about different stuff. Anybody got any other questions about software or websites or anything like that? I'm going to be probably trying to pick me out some kind of little project cut on my laser beam machine. I know. I think it's Alan. Alan, aren't you the one that used to always ask me if I cleaned my lenses yet? I finally cleaned them for the first time the other day. Or not just my lens, but my mirrors and stuff. I finally broke down and got some. In fact, I don't even remember where I put them now. Okay, they're right over there. I got some isopropyl alcohol that's 99.9%. So, and I bought some. I bought a bag off of Amazon. It'll last me. Well, it'll way outlast me. I think it's got 500 in it or something. But it's got the big long Q-tips, and it's the lint-free Q-tips. But I went around, and of course, the outside of the machine is always dusty because I got the router and other stuff going on right here, another router over there. So it's always got dust and stuff floating in there, and it's always dirty on the outside. But I was surprised even after, and I used a different Q-tip for each little spot, so I didn't, I thought, well, I got plenty of them. But there really wasn't, it's not like you'd wipe it with a Q-tip and look and go, oh man, that's nasty. It wasn't that much on there. So, and I can't really tell any difference that it's cutting any better or any worse. So, it never did. I kept saying I'd cut until it started acting like it needed cleaning, then I'd clean it, but it never did act like that. It still always cut real good. My biggest problem that I have with this, and it's the stupid machine, they have that big old belt drive, or not belt drive. I wish it had belt drive. It has that chain drive that runs on the 4 posts. And this is the one that's supposedly the autofocus, but I never use the autofocus. I always just use it to raise and lower the bed. Well, I don't care how much time you spend getting that thing, moving the head over there and checking it and moving it over here and all over the thing and get it just right. You lower that thing and raise it back up one time, it's off. So I try to get it where it's cutting really good in most of the bed and then leave it. And like I said, I always cut with that 2-inch focal lens. So I don't have to, because that's really the only time I need to lower it is to change something, or if I'm running something big and thick. But most of the time I'm just making piddly stuff out of this, this little 1/4-inch birch plywood stuff. Look at Larry, that big old joker, 131 pounds. I weigh a little bit more than that. Yeah, that's what I mean, Jim. I mean, I'm old, my heart's wore out, but from the outside, at least, I don't feel near as bad when and I'm talking about even the employees there. I'm like, holy cow. Yeah. It's not good to carry all that around. And it just seems odd to me that when you when you look, the doctors look fit, but all the other people don't. And I don't. When I say all, I shouldn't group them all together because there's some of them that aren't like that. But man, some of them are. Hell, I'll try to be nice, not say anymore. But like I said, folks, I just call them like I see them. Kenneth says, thanks for that website. That one is new. Oh, Kenneth, my gosh, you're going to love that one. Because if you're talking about the Amid, which I think you are, like I said, it had 1,200 and something pages. And there's probably 50. I probably got mine set to 50 items on a page or something. I mean, you never cut all that stuff. Gary Hammett's in the house. How you doing, Gary? Jerry says, I cut my last order last week. Chipser has a laser and Gatton again. Okay, my entire shop. Oh, man. So he's got your Ohm Tech and your Gatton? Don't know what to think, Jerry. Mary Mallory's here. How you doing, Mary? Hope you're doing well. Since we've got, I mean, I know we got just a few folks on Facebook and stuff that aren't part of the YouTube / maker crowd or whatever, but it looks like most of y'all are people that I know that are either into something 3D printing, laser, CNC router, whatever. So if anybody, has got something they would like to see me make, just let me know. I'll make anything. Always looking for suggestions. Jim Jones says Costco is the best people watching place. Yeah, I imagine so. And people over buying your groceries and stuff in bulk, pallets of stuff. I don't ever go to Costco. I don't have any reason to go there. Okay, Jerry's down to printers now. Jerry, did you ever get that old paperweight? You know the one I'm talking about. I can't even think of what the name of it was. That big old heavy thing. Well, it wasn't that big, but it was real heavy. Did you ever get that thing working right? What was the name of that thing? I should remember. I don't remember what it was now. Mary says all is good. Good deal. Troy says, I would need to lose 100 pounds to be that weight. I would be like 160 to 180. Yeah. All righty. Well, I guess we'll wrap this one up. I'll try to have some kind of little pew stuff to cut. So just standing here blabbing. I'm going to, like I said, my little old bird feeder works fantastic as long as I'm watching it and make sure I keep the squirrels away, because it wouldn't take a squirrel 3 minutes to chew through it the way it is. But I'm going to keep, I probably won't put it out there tonight, because I don't know, I might. Because I'll probably be sitting in there watching March Madness basketball games. Oh, I see a little bird down there hopping around. Yeah, you got stuff up there, buddy. Get on up there. Think we got a taker coming up. But anyway, I want to hang it up a few more times. And again, when I can sit there and watch it to keep the squirrels off of it, because I want to make sure that size will work with a cardinal. Because I have a ton of cardinals around here and I want to keep them happy. But I'm pretty sure after that video I showed yesterday, I did that stop thing and showed you where he was pretty much all the way poked his head through, but didn't go all the way in. So I think I think it's right, but I want to make sure, and the only way to know is to hang it up and watch them. If I can keep the dadgum squirrels out of there. So then if I know that, and basically what I'm talking about is, then if I know that this pattern works, that it's big enough for cardinals to get in and out, because all the other birds can fit through there, then I will go ahead and probably draw something up. And I'm probably going to get Justin to laser cut me something at the shop over there out of some 16 gauge steel. By God, old squirrel ain't gonna chew through that. So I'll probably just make a real big one, maybe 16 or 18 inches long by a foot tall by maybe a foot or so deep, and then put the thing in the middle where the squirrels, when they come up there, they can't chew because it's got the metal around the sides, and then it's far enough in they can't reach it. So, and then maybe I will break down and build a squirrel feeder and put some deer corn or something in there, just to help keep them away. But I really think if I get some laser cut panels out of steel, I don't think they'll be wasting their time because they're not going to get anything. They can't get in there if it's like that. And I'll even put the flashing stuff on the roof and all, so they don't try to chew in there. So yeah, hick top. That was the name of that stupid thing. Okay. Well, that's probably just a loose wire. Chips have maybe figured out. He's pretty good at that wire and stuff. He's done. I look around and the computers that I have. I got a bunch of bunch of chips or computers. The one I run my Avid on, that's in that. Oh, y'all can't see it. Let's see if I can turn this thing. Now, let me just pull it off of there and get everybody dizzy. Right there, it's on my little hanging thing. You can see it behind the monitor. That's a chipser. Now I'll probably have this thing all crooked. Oh yeah, I messed it up. All right, hang on, folks. Never leave stuff alone, do I? All right, I think I got it pointed in the right direction. Yeah, that's close enough. But yeah, that I've got laptops and all kinds of stuff from old Michael Chipser. Next time you see him, Jerry, tell him I said hello. I hadn't talked to that joker in a long time. Mary says it's not short sleeve garage door open weather. Well, you just too far north, Mary, because it is today. Now, of course, tomorrow. That's another reason why I got the door open today. Tomorrow, I'm sure I'll have it closed because we're supposed to get some rain come in. And I think I'm going to try to do another video on that little Jinmitsu. I think. Probably about the settings and stuff that. Okay, let's see. Yeah, Sean's working on his train station G scale. And you about got them all covered now, don't you, bud? Alan says, good to see you live again, Dave. All the best. Best wishes to you, Alan. Hope you're doing well. I'm not doing these regular, but I think I've done one every day this week, I think. But, if I got something where I'm going to be out here anyway, might do one. Larry says we have 8 computers in the house and 2 are the wife's. Yeah. I got a whole shelf full of them in there. I never throw one out because when one gets too old to use and I replace it, I always just unplug it, stick it on the shelf, and here I got probably about a half a dozen of them from. In fact, one of them so old, it's the one that I used or back in the shop with Mach 3 with the parallel port. You know, it had that's how old that one is. So, all right, Rob says time to head back to work. Have a great day, Rob. Okay, Mary says she's gonna be coming down, making a trip down to see her sister soon. Okay, good deal. Good deal. So I guess need a few more cameras around the garage. Yeah. Well, I could have. I don't know why I didn't think of it. I'm reaching, grabbing that one to point it over there. I already have a camera pointed over here, right here on a tripod. That you could, if I'd have just remembered to switch cameras, that would have been a whole lot easier. But all right, let me get out of here. We've been on here just about an hour or so. So I probably may try to do one of these again tomorrow. We'll see. I'll see how far along I get on doing a video on that little Jinmitsu. But may try to find something to cut just for giggles. So everybody have a good Thursday, and we will see y'all on the next one. See you.